Thank you. Representative Stanton.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for holding this important hearing. Arizona is now the semiconductor hub of the United States of America. The CHIPS and Science Act has delivered more than $11 billion in federal support to our state in this critical industry. Those investments are going to create 38,000 new jobs anchored by major expansions at Intel and the historic $165 billion commitment from TSMC. These facilities do not exist in isolation. They sit on top of a supply chain built from dozens of upstream inputs, including gallium, germanium, antimony, cobalt, and other critical minerals that make modern chips possible. The Chinese Communist Party holds overwhelming control of that upstream supply chain. China refines the heavy majority of these minerals, in some cases, such as with rare earth elements used in F-35s at Luke Air Force Base and in the magnets that power electric vehicles. Their dominance is close to total. This translates to leverage. Last December, Beijing restricted exports of gallium, germanium, and antimony in retaliation for U.S. export controls. These actions disrupted global markets overnight, and they were a reminder to every advanced manufacturer in the world that the PRC can tighten the spigot whenever it chooses. This is not an abstract threat for my state of Arizona. Our semiconductor industry, our defense installations, our EV manufacturers like Lucid Motors, all depend on reliable access to the minerals China has spent decades cornering and manipulating. We are also watching a global race unfold in clean energy. China has reached a point where it installs more renewable power each year than the United States and Europe combined. It has nearly doubled the world in solar capacity. It produces close to a terawatt of renewable energy capacity annually. These are staggering numbers, and they give the PRC an enormous economic advantage. This matters to Arizona, where solar already provides almost 14% of our electricity, and where domestic manufacturing is expanding but still lacks a full supply chain. Energy markets and mineral markets are now inseparable from national security. This is defense industrial bases and our clean energy deployment. We don't need to be provocative to recognize the risk. We need to be realistic and clear-eyed. There is a practical path forward. We need to build regional supply chains, expand processing and refining outside of the PRC, and support upstream diversification with our allies. We need to deepen cooperation with our partner in the Americas and Indo-Pacific, and we need to make targeted investments that reflect the scale of the challenge. That's why I work to include the intent of my Semiconductor Supply Chain Security and Diversification Act in the House Foreign Affairs Committee's DFC reauthorization. Strengthening the DFC's authority to invest in semiconductor supply chains is a bipartisan step we can take right now. The United States should never be in a position where a single foreign government can threaten our economic security or undercut the industries at the heart of Arizona's growth. The stakes are straightforward. If we want to maintain our leadership in semiconductors, protect our national security, and compete in a global clean energy economy, we can't afford to let the PRC's dominance harden into permanence. Mr. Evans, we have companies in Arizona, from semiconductors to EVs, that need reliable lithium supply. What's the realistic time frame for standing up non-PRC processing capacity if the U.S. and its partner actually move with needed urgency?
Our project actually started in 2007. It's been 18 years. Our company took it over in 2016. So these are very lengthy processes. We're lucky that we're blessed with a lot of these critical minerals in the U.S. They're not going to get out of the ground, though, unless we have reform around permitting, unless we have government support for price transparency to attract private capital, and then in the case of a lot of things we've been talking about here, grants, other financial instruments that we can pull in place to help spur things along. It's going to take many years. Luckily, though, we have our allies. There are deposits like this in other countries, in other like-minded countries like Canada and others that we can collaborate with. But we've got to start the ball rolling now. What you see here, I think, is a great start, but it's certainly, we're not done.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a very important hearing. I yield back.